Hello everyone and welcome back to this 9-month Mounjaro update. Now I won't lie, I've hit a little bit of a plateau. So I have been thinking about, is this the end of my Mounjaro journey? So stay tuned today and I'm going to be filling you in on everything that has been going on up to this point, and am I going to carry on taking Mounjaro? So hello and welcome back, and if you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Lisa, you're very welcome. I've been taking Mounjaro since last July, 25th of July 2024, and it is now Monday, May the 12th, 2025. So it's actually been 9.5 months, and I've been asking myself the big question, is this the end? The weight loss is slowing down. I want to be really honest about what's going on. So stick around because I've got some reflections, some updates, some new things going on, and a little peek from me at what's going on in the next step of my journey. I know I've been missing in action the last sort of week to 10 days, but I've been so incredibly busy since we came back off holiday. I've been so involved with a theatre production at our local little theatre where I'm the wardrobe lead on a show called Brassed Off. So I've got work in the day, pretty much got an hour turnaround before I can do the dinner, eat and get back to the theatre, and that's pretty much both of us until 10:30 of an evening. So life has been a little bit hectic, and yesterday was so lovely. We just took the day off, we chilled, but today we're back on the journey, and I do have the theatre every night this week and Sunday. So once we get past that, then I am really looking forward to getting back to recording a lot more content for here and just generally getting back to catching up on everything in life. I wanted to just start early on in this video and talk about a news article that was on the BBC this morning. And my husband saw it and he sent it to me, and the headline was "Rival weight loss drugs go head to head with clear winner." And I thought, oh, this is interesting. So basically it was Wegovy and Mounjaro, and they've done some trials. I'm going to read it out for you because I think it's really interesting, and also I'm going to tell you where my statistics fit into all of this. Hang on, the cat's just gone missing. She's a bit of a nightmare. She's got an air tag on, but she's desperate to get over the fences. Anyway, okay, so we're back. I thought this news article was really interesting, and when I read it, I thought, I wonder what my results are compared to this, so I'm going to be sharing that with you, and it's really interesting. Okay, so it says, the first head-to-head trial of 2 blockbuster weight loss drugs has shown Mounjaro is more effective than Wegovy. Both drugs led to a substantial weight loss, but Mounjaro's 20% reduction after 72 weeks of treatment exceeded the 14% from Wegovy, according to the trial's findings. Researchers who led the trial said both drugs had a role, but Mounjaro may help those with more weight to lose. Both drugs trick the brain into making you feel full, so you eat less and instead burn fat stored in the body, but subtle differences in how they work to explain the difference in effectiveness. Wegovy, known as semaglutide, hope I've pronounced that right, mimics a hormone released by the body after a meal to flip one appetite switch in the brain. Mounjaro, or tirzepatide, flips two. The trial, which is paid for by the Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of Mounjaro, involves 750 obese people with an average weight of 113 kilograms, that's nearly 18 stone. They were asked to take the highest dose they could tolerate in one of the two drugs, and the findings have been presented in the European Congress in Obesity in Malaga and in New England Journal Medicine, and then it just goes on a little bit more. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I thought, oh, that's interesting. So let's look at mine. So while I wasn't 18 stone when I started, I was 15 stone, and now I'm under 11. So that is 20% reduction in body weight. But I thought also I will double check my waist measurement, because I did take my body measurements when I started. So I did these measurements probably about 4 or 5 days after I started Mounjaro. On the 29th of July, my tummy measurement in centimetres was 112 centimetres, and today it is 91 centimetres. So that is a loss of 21 centimetres just on my tummy. So I've lost 3 stone, 20% of my body weight, and 21 centimetres, and I've done that in 41 weeks. And as you know, I'm taking Mounjaro. So I will link that news article in the description for anybody who would like to read it. But I thought, well, it's such quite an interesting read. And I also do find that when there are news articles, I do tend to get a sudden surge in my views on my YouTube channel, which is kind of understandable because people want to kind of know more, and they want to know more from people who are actually doing it. Okay, so let's get started with this update. As you know, I started this weight loss journey last July, and it was this photograph that tipped me over the edge when I was on a photo shoot for Avon in their TikTok house in London. And I saw this picture and I thought, oh, how has it got to this? I was already starting to feel really exhausted, and it had been hot in the summer, and just some simple things like bending over and tying my shoelaces, I was really struggling over my belly. And I was getting out of breath, and I just thought, no, something has to change. I was really struggling with slimming clubs. I just couldn't stick to it. My willpower was zero. I would just give in and cave in. I was binging chocolate. I would go to the post office for something and I would buy a pack of 4 bars of chocolate, and on the way home I could quite easily eat 2 or 3 and then just carry on. And my portion sizes were ridiculous. I was so greedy, just totally out of control. Nothing was just working for me. I wasn't working for me. Everything was just an absolute nightmare, and I felt totally out of control, and I knew something had to be done. Now, if you've watched any of my earlier videos, you might have heard me talking about going out for dinner. It was probably the beginning of July with some friends, and a lady who I didn't know very well was talking about this weight loss drug. It was just kind of a bit of a passing comment. I don't know whether she thought I might need it. Probably now looking back, she probably thought she did. Then when I came home, I Googled a little bit about it, did lots and lots of research over the course of 2 or 3 weeks, and then that's where I decided to do my own journey. Now, I'm not a medical expert. Everything I talk about on this channel is just my journey, how it affects me, and I can't give anybody advice, so please do your own research, but this is all just what's happened to me and how I found it. As well as the breathlessness, it didn't help being so heavy. I also have real bad problems with one of my legs with my arthritis. I've always kind of struggled with this leg with my ability of what I can do. So you may also be familiar that I have attended a boot camp for a couple of years. Now, in September, I had a little bit of a problem because I started having a really big flare up with my arthritis. I have been going to hospital to see a physiotherapist. I've had some cortisone, which was very unsuccessful as my kneecap moved. It wasn't very nice at all. And yeah, the cortisone didn't work for me. However, I am having cortisone again in a different hospital with a different consultant in about 2 weeks. So stick around if you want to see what happens with that one. If you've ever had cortisone in your knee, I also have it in my thumbs. It knocks you sick. It's horrible. Anyway, so been attending the boot camp, and you know what they say, you can't outtrain a bad diet. And that was very, very true in my case, because I was going through the motions, and then I was coming home and just eating absolute rubbish. Now, I can cook. This is the annoying thing. But my choices were overeating, being greedy, eating chocolate, and this was my downfall, basically. So in September, I don't know what happened, but I had been for my physio. I think it was around the 12th of September at the hospital, and then on the Saturday morning, I woke up and my knee was kind of locked, and I was like, oh, that's unusual. Stretched my knee out, and it was clicking out. And I was like, oh God, every time I would get up from a seated position or laying down position or in bed, my knee would lock in a bent position, and I would have to kind of like crack it out. So anyway, got in touch with my coach at the boot camp and just said, look, I'm having some problems with this. So I tried to go a few more times, but I really felt like I was struggling to keep up. So in the boot camp, it's not a normal gym. You kind of all move around the room in exercises. Sometimes you're doing partner work in couples, and you're kind of working your way around circuits and doing lots and lots of different things. But I started feeling super anxious because I couldn't keep up with people and I couldn't move around as fast as other people. One exercise was stood up, the next one was lay down. And for me, it was that getting up and getting down. And sometimes the time is only sort of 10 seconds to move from one exercise to the next. I started feeling super anxious. I just couldn't do it. And it was really upsetting me. So I made the decision to stop and cancel my membership at the boot camp, where I've been going for probably about 2.5 years. Maybe even 3 years, can't remember. But yeah, I was really, and also I had a great friendship group at this boot camp. So yeah, that was quite mentally tough for me. Anyway, I looked into a couple of other gyms and I found another boot camp, and I thought, oh, that one looks quite good, smaller classes, and yeah, it was just a little bit different. So I thought, well, I might give that one a go. And I did a trial and I went for a month, but again, it was just too leggy. It was too much on the legs for me, and my knee was getting worse and worse. And also it is worse in winter, my knee. So I had to drop out of that. But all the whole time this has been going on, I've still continued to lose weight thanks to my Mounjaro injection. And I don't think stopping going's really helped my mental health very much. I just haven't necessarily found the right thing to do. So it was tough mentally because I was in kind of a routine, but I've had to listen to my body and do what is best for me, for my body and my brain. So I have had to listen to my body a little bit, and I decided to stop going and just get through the winter. But like I say, I've continued to lose weight, so I'm quite pleased with that. So where am I now on this journey? Well, a little knee update for you. It's still locking, which is really, really frustrating. It's now affecting my hip. But I've been to see a specialist at a private hospital, a new surgeon who actually did my husband's knee replacement last year, and we are going to give cortisone a try again. He's going to do that for me, and that's in about 2 weeks' time. If that doesn't work, probably going to do a little bit of keyhole, maybe shave a little bit of the cartilage out, and like the broken pieces. And maybe he can't, I've had all sorts of MRIs and x-rays, but he doesn't know why it's locking until he kind of gets in and he can see it. So for now, we're going to have to just put up with the locking. So I feel like I have hit a bit of a plateau. It's extremely frustrating. And I'd said to Jed probably about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks ago, I said, my coach from my first boot camp was called Anna. We're all assigned coaches to us personally from the gym, and Anna was incredibly supportive when I started this journey. I went to her and I said, look, I'm starting this GLP-1 medication, and she was like, not a problem, I'll support you all the way if this is what you want to do. And she said to me, a few people in the gym have started taking this medications. So she had started building programs herself to help people. And what I used to do in the early days of my Mounjaro journey was I would take photographs of everything and send it to her. So if you look at my first videos from my journey, you'll see lots of photographs of my food, and these were all my accountability photographs to send through to her. So about 2 weeks ago, Anna put a post on her social media to say that she was now offering some personalised tuition, which is going to be virtual, so it's all online. And it's going to be nutrition, like an exercise plan, and she has like a special app that she puts everything in. So I was absolutely delighted, and I said to Jed, I said, I think I've been manifesting this. Anyway, so going back 2 weeks ago now, I went and met Anna and we had a big chat, and it was lovely to see her because I haven't been in the gym since last September. I kind of only really see bits and bobs of things online, and she is incredible. I'm going to show you a picture of her in a minute, and you're going to kind of go, oh God, Lisa, oh my God, because she is a super motivated. I'm going to call her an athlete because that's what she is to me. She's super motivated, but Anna also suffers from something similar to, I think, people like me. Like, even though I've lost 3 stone, I still see fat Lisa. I still see that. I don't see the weight loss. It's only when I talk to other people and they go, oh my God, you can really see it. In fact, I'm still wearing like my old big baggy jumpers. I've got one that I was going to put on today, but it's in the wash. And Jed hates this. He hates this jumper so much. He's like, will you throw that jumper out? And I'm like, I can't, I love it. But I don't see, I just don't see like the new slim me. I'm going to show you some pictures. Actually, I'm going to go through my phone in a moment and show you some holiday pictures, because I'm really trying to, for my own progress, take some photographs, like long shots. If you're starting this journey, you know, just take the pictures for yourself. And if you don't want to show anyone, that is totally fine. I've only got like literally headshots, hardly any long shot pictures. I've also got these other pictures that I absolutely hate. When I see them, I'm like, oh God, hey, and I feel like when I look at them, I feel so horribly uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm in a totally different place now. So anyway, let's get back to Anna. So met Anna, and she tailor builds these programs for everybody. Anna knows me really well. She knows my capabilities, and you know, she knows what I can achieve. She knows I can cook. So she has this app, and she kind of builds a profile, and let me just open it and just to show you briefly, called Kahunas. You do like a weekly check-in. She's set me my step goal for the day, so I have to do at least 8,000 steps a day, which, do you know, when you work in an office job, it's really difficult. So, and also I keep forgetting to put my watch on first thing in the morning. So the other day it was like 12 o'clock before I remembered to put my watch on. But I'm trying to, in my lunch hour at work, get out and have that walk, even if it's just 30 minutes. And I've also found a gym in work. So in the winter, when it's raining, I can go and, you know, take my trainers, get on that step machine and do that. But anyway, it's beautiful at the moment, so there's no excuse not to go out for a walk. So it tracks my weight and my water, and also you can put like your nutrition in. So it's a little bit like MyFitnessPal or NutriCheck or things like that. Also, she has built me a personalised plan. Actually, I'll just take a picture of this and put it in rather than, you know, turn the camera around and show you. So I'm going to attempt to do one of these today. So I might actually just insert this here if I have done that. So you're going to have to bear with me here. So yeah, I'm going to have a little go at doing that today. She has asked me, I don't have any gym equipment at home, and I just wanted to keep something simple, as much lying down as I can on the floor. So I'm going to have a little go at doing as much of that as I can today. This morning for my check-in on here, I have to do a weekly check-in every day pretty much. She messages me saying, how are you getting on? What can I help you with? What are you eating? We're also looking at my fibre intake as well as my protein. So my protein goals for the day are 120 grams of protein. Now that's really difficult to do when you're on a GLP-1 medication, because sometimes you're just not hungry. One of the things I really do like is my cordial, but this is a clear protein drink that I tend to have at least one of a day, and it's 20 grams of protein, around, I think it's 87 calories for each serving. Sometimes I have 2 a day. I don't know if I should be having 2, but you know, it's I prefer this than like a milky shake. So yeah. So she's keeping me accountable really for this. And yeah, I'm going to show you a picture of Anna now, right? Take a deep breath in, because she doesn't look like this now, but she was basically in a competition, a bodybuilding competition last month. And I've written this down because I didn't want to get it wrong. So she was the figure overall, she won that section in the PCA Birmingham. And she was the winner in her category, the winner in her class, and the overall champion. Now, Anna really also understands about body dysmorphia and what you think you look like versus what you do look like. She's made quite a lot of podcasts about it, and she does generally talk about it, and she's very honest and open, and the struggles. She got invited to go to another competition as well after this, but how she managed in her life you know, because she's married, she has a full-time job, she has a little girl. So, you know, it's not just easy to drop everything and enter these competitions, but she talks about the mental, like she talks about how it affected her mentally. I will also link her Instagram. I'm trying to get her to come on YouTube, but we're not kind of there yet with it, but hopefully she will in the future. So yeah, you know, follow Anna's journey, because while you think I don't want somebody like that training me, she's very good at accountability. She really, really understands food so well, you know, and even after that competition, she still ate cookies, but it was like the lead up to how she had to get to that, and she knows kind of what she's got to do. So yeah, you might think having somebody like that as an accountability partner is a little bit absolutely crazy. But for me, I know Anna knows me really well. I know she knows what I'm capable of. She, you know, she doesn't expect me to be doing things that I can't do. She's used to training people like me. The gym that I used to go to is predominantly for people over 40. So she really understands this. She has a lot of clients who are on this GLP-1 medication. So she does have a real good understanding of how being on a weight loss injection works, and the food, and what you kind of need to do all round. It's not just the food, it's the training, and it's the muscle weight loss as well. So she really gets it. So this is my next step. You know, I have hit that plateau where I feel like my weight loss is slowing down and I need to do something else, and I need to be accountable for somebody. I am not stopping taking Mounjaro. I've made that decision. I want to keep going. I want to get down into the lower part of the 11 stones. I want to try and build up my muscle, and I want to try and fall back in love with exercise again, because I have kind of fallen out of love with it. So for now, I don't want to just stop and waste this whole journey and run the risk of putting the weight back on. I don't feel like I'm there with it. Even though I have hit a plateau, I know I need to take this next step, and I am investing an awful lot in my health, and I know not everybody can afford it. I'm just in a really fortunate position at the moment where I can, and for me, the alternative was going to be just sitting in that armchair waiting for something to happen, and I can't do that. I know it's got to be me. So I do have to make some sacrifices elsewhere. So I'm going to give this journey with Anna probably at least, I need to do it at least 3 months. I need to get back into it. And it's just, I didn't want to wait until next week when everything quietens down at the theatre. I wanted to kind of start and get into it now. My food's been so much better, even though it's only been a week. My steps have been better, and yeah, I just need to try and get back into it. So I'm continuing with Mounjaro. I'm currently on 10 milligrams, and I've started this accountability program as well. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about my holiday, because I did go away to Turkey last month, and well, as you know, I've had a couple of holidays this year. Basically last year, when my husband had a knee replacement, we missed out on quite a few holidays, and we need to get away for him because he will just keep working if he's not away. So we kind of postponed our holidays, and also he's 60 this year, and in his mind he set this thing where he wants to have 60 days holiday through the whole year. So last year we didn't have as many holidays. We're very fortunate that we do like our holidays now. Our kids have grown up. That's where we spend a lot of our money. We don't drink, and we don't smoke. We don't take drugs. I do take my weight loss medication, but generally on the whole, we're quite good savers, so we love our holidays. So yeah, last month we were away in Turkey for a 10-night holiday, and it was all inclusive. And I know that's a big problem for a lot of people, because, you know, you do tend to think, well, I've paid for it, I'm having it. Or Jed always used to say, the more you eat, the cheaper the holiday, which, you know, it's no wonder we had a weight loss problem. Well, it's no wonder we had a weight problem, really, is it? You know, saying things like like that. Anyhow, I've managed to really control this now by, I'm not hungry in the morning, so I don't really want to eat breakfast. And everyone still says, do you want to go out for breakfast, or what do you want for breakfast? I mean, Jed wakes up thinking about breakfast, and, you know, and I don't. And I have to really keep continually saying to everybody, no thank you, or I'm not hungry, or I'll just come and have a coffee, or I'll have a Diet Coke, which sometimes isn't the best option, but I just don't see the point in eating if I'm just not hungry. But there was some real big highlights to the holiday, and that was that I started to feel in control of just going, no, I'm going to stay in bed and just have a coffee. You go for breakfast if you want to. And that was just my way of dealing with it. You know, if you love your breakfast and you want your breakfast, go for it. I think I went down for breakfast maybe once, or twice, once on the last day and once in the middle. I think we were going out on a day trip, or we were going out early somewhere, so I didn't want to like kind of go out and know I was going to be doing quite a bit of walking and not eating anything. But I had lots of fruit, you know, and I didn't eat tons of bread. I didn't eat tons of honey, which I would have done in the past, because the honey in Turkey is incredible. And the fresh bread's just amazing. It's beautiful. But yeah, just lots of fruits, maybe a bit of yogurt and sprinkle of nuts. That was really, really good. And then again, through the day, I can pretty much get to 1 or 2 o'clock, and I'm not really that starving at all. I have been trying to eat a yogurt with some granola on. Which is really quite nice. I'm enjoying that. And then of an evening, I was eating lots of protein and salads, and I did lose weight on that holiday, so I was really quite pleased with that. Like I say, coming back off that holiday and dropping into the next stone bracket back down into the 11s, it has been a long time since I've been in the 11 stone mark, let me tell you. And also, you know, I was really conscious of trying to take more full length pictures. I'll pop a few on here for you. And I did feel really good, you know, like I did feel really great. But I can start to see now that my skin, you know, needs toning. I need to do something. You know, I can see it a little bit on my legs, on my arms. I did this video actually this morning as well for my check-in with Anna, and I can see my bingo wings are getting a bit, you know, like, that's not good, is it? So I am going to be really conscious now the next couple of weeks, months, of really trying to get into some really better habits of doing some exercises. When I get back from, oh God, I'm going on holiday again. So the end of this month, we had booked to go and see my friend Jackie, who lives in Lanzarote. But Jackie has moved house, and when we booked the holiday, I really wanted to get something booked in. She hadn't moved and she hadn't found a house, so we booked in to go and stay at the Beatrice Playa in Matagorda in Lanzarote. So yeah, we are staying in another hotel. So the plan is lots of walking on this holiday, lots and lots and lots of walking, lots of promenade walks, just getting out and about, and just, you know, we used to live in Lanzarote for 16 years. We don't need to go and do the tourist attractions, but we love tapas, we love the natural places, we love going out for a walk, so there's going to be lots of that. So, you know, there is going to be some more holiday spam. Anyway, I said to Anna, look, I'm going to try and get into the habit of doing some of these exercises that she set me before. When I get back, I'm going to look at joining a gym. I don't know which one yet, but that is something for the future. But I just need to get into this habit. But I don't have any gym equipment at home. Do I need any? I'm not sure. I know in winter I'm a nightmare getting out of the house. But for now, I'm just taking each day as it comes, trying to do something, trying to do my steps, trying to do my nutrition. But I know I need to do something about toning up and keeping that strength, especially in my arms, because, you know, like I need the strength in my arms to help me for my legs, which sounds a bit strange, but, you know, even stuff like walking upstairs, when you're stronger, you know, if your left leg's stronger, then that's going to help you right. So I'm really conscious that I do need to try and do something and not just do nothing. So that's kind of where I'm up to. I'm calorie counting, watching my nutrition, trying to do a little bit of intermittent fasting, carrying on with my Mounjaro, trying to incorporate some little routines, doing my 8,000 steps a day. Hopefully I can up that a little bit to 10,000 once the theatre's finished of an evening and I'm not there, because I'm at the theatre from 6 every night. So once that's finished, I'm going to try and get out and do like a little walk in the evening as well. But at the minute it's just, do you know what it is for me? It's all the twisting and turning. So, you know, like turning around, bending down, up and down stairs, these small little jerky movements. And that's what's really playing havoc with me at the moment. But once the theatre's finished, I'm great walking in straight lines. Well, do you know what I mean? Like going out for a walk's much easier. So I probably when I get back from Lanzarote, or maybe even before we go, Lanzarote might be a good opportunity for me to up my steps from 8,000 a day to 10,000. If you're still watching, well done, you know, well done for still being here. I'm going to share a couple more pictures with you. I'm going to go through my phone and highlight a couple and touch about those. But yeah, thank you very much for watching my videos. I do really appreciate it. I do love my whole YouTube journey. It's lots of fun. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm having so many lovely comments, a couple of negative ones, but you know what? You can't have it all, can you? But I'm trying to do as much as I can, and I'd love to do more. It's just those time constraints. And please consider subscribing if you like this kind of content and you like sort of following my journey. That would be great. I'm about 120 subscribers off my 1,000, so that will be a little milestone for me when I get there. So thank you very much, and let's have a look through my phone at some photographs. Oh, I just thought, I've been really lucky with side effects. I've hardly had any problems at all. The odd bit of nausea, you know, not really that much. I don't suffer from these sulfur burps. I'm quite lucky. But one thing I did have when I kind of moved up to higher doses is I've had these little bruises wherever my injection sites are. Now on my tummy, they tend to be a lot worse than when I do it in my arm. And I'm just going to show you a photo, so brace yourself. You're going to see a picture of my lovely wobbly belly. And you can see here, you can see my belly button ring fell out well, it didn't fall out. Basically, when I got so fat, it just stretched. I had a little belly bar with a little ball on, which I've taken out now because I just think, oh, it just didn't look good. So yeah, you can see there just above my belly button on the left-hand side, whenever I do an injection in my tummy, it goes like this. Now, sometimes it does leave a little bit of a bruise, not all the time, and it can be a little bit irritated. And yeah, so I kind of been injecting in my arm. I've never injected in my legs, only because I have a HRT patch, and I don't know. I normally do my tummy or my arms. So yeah, now this was another one. Again, it happened again, but it does tend to go away after a couple of days. You can see here, like I've done this one and it's in kind of like different places. You can see I've like done 3 on my tummy. So these are all like a week apart. The bottom one, I think, is the oldest one, and that looks a little bit like bruised. The next one that higher up, probably the week later, and then the one on the right hand side is like the latest one. So yeah, this is quite common. I didn't know this was a thing, and then lots of people commented on one of my videos to say that it happened to them. So yeah, I just thought I'd just shoehorn in a little bit about side effects. When I put it in my arm, I tend to find it doesn't happen as much. I do get like a little bit of itchiness for a day or so, but I find when I inject it in my tummy, I have more nausea as well. So I've been doing my arm the last probably couple of weeks. Since probably going on holiday, because I didn't really want a bruised looking tummy, you know, but I haven't been wearing bikinis. I've been wearing swimming costumes. So let's find the swimming costume shot for you. Oh, do you know what? I felt incredibly brave taking these pictures. Well, I didn't take them. I made Jed take them for me. But yeah, I was just like, do you know what? I just feel like I need to have a bit of a progress shot here. So this is on the beach in Turkey. This was upstairs on the balcony, and I just feel like my tummy is so much flatter. Here's one of me turned round so you can see the back of me. I look quite hunched on that picture. So yeah, I was quite pleased really that I did manage to get a few pictures. Oh, this is our last night on holiday, and we were going out into Marmaris for something to eat. And I just said to Jed, right, come on, some more full length pictures, doing the double denim there. Sorry about that, but this was literally the only coat I had. So yeah, we were just going out for something to eat. And do you know what? I did feel so much better in myself. So yeah, I think it's difficult sometimes when you're used to not taking pictures of yourself, or you avoid it at all costs, to try then, you know, start doing it. But I did have some pictures from holiday that I really quite liked. So Jed took this one of me in a restaurant where we went out for lunch, and also we'd gone for a walk. Have I got this picture? Oh yeah, this is just a picture of the two of us, which I just thought, oh, do you know, like, that's quite nice. Also, just to say, he has lost about 3 stone as well, but he started off going to the gym a couple of years ago, and just healthy eating and going to the gym. I mean, he does go to the gym normally twice a day. So yeah, I really like that picture from the holiday. Loads of food pictures. I have also done a video about everything that I ate on that holiday, so I'll try and make sure I link that one in the end, write that down. Now these jeans, oh my god, this top I always wear for traveling. I don't know why, but it just feels super comfortable. It's not too thick, but these jeans are kind of like my old jeans for like traveling in as well, and they are getting quite baggy now, so I think these might have to go on a vintage. Jed keeps going, everything's looking massive on you, but I'm like, oh no, these ones are meant to look baggy, but I don't know if they're meant to look that baggy. I think that's it for photographs, except this one, which Jed took at the airport when we were on our way coming home from Turkey, because I'll show you why. Because of my knee problem and my thumbs, I really struggle with carrying bags. And also, if you do some cheap flights, you tend to find that you can find yourself walking out onto runways, carrying bags up and down stairs. And I like to kind of have all my tech with me. So the camera that I'm using now, my laptop. So this is kind of how I travel. So this one goes on the front, and this has got my camera that I have now. It has keys, phone, money, purse, bits and bobs, lippy, that kind of thing. And that goes over my shoulder. I got this from Amazon. It's absolutely gorgeous. This bag's so soft. And then on the back, I have a rucksack, and this has got things like my book, my medications, my laptop, and that goes on the back. And yeah, so that for me keeps me hands-free when I'm traveling, which is a big thing because I'm not very good at carrying things up and down steps because I need my hands for the handrails. So yeah, that is pretty much the last picture of my holiday, and that is my 9-month update. I hope that you have enjoyed watching and listening along today. I'm off to go to Home Bargains now. Our Home Bargains has had a big, huge overhaul, whatever you want to call it. And I want to just go and have a little look around and see what is new in Home Bargains. I'm going to do my workout. Am I going to do my workout when I get back or before I go? I might have a little go doing it before I go, and then I know I've done it. That is all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.